Welcome to the most wonderful time of the year. We are in Christmas, and this is the back catalogue.
We're in Chris-sember.
We're in Chris-sember. This is the podcast where this is the Chris cast, really.
This is the Chris cast where we.
This is the Chris cast where we, and by we, I mean me, Chris, and my co-host / co-founder, Chris. We dive into the streaming service. We tell you, the listener.
The Christners.
Damn. We tell you, the Christner and the crewer, what is worth it and what is not in regards to Christmas movies. And we are here. Chris, we're here, man. And listen, here's the thing. It's Christmas time. For some people, this is the most wonderful time of the year. This is the time of the year where they sit down in front of their TV, they put on Christmas movies. And today we've got a hitter for you. Like, we are starting off Christmas and Chris-sember with one of the hitters. You know, in many people's books, this is one of the hitters. We are doing 1992's very own Home Alone 2.
That's wild. This was 92. When did Home Alone 1 come out?
Lost in New York. We can get that information for you right now.
Get that information. We have the World Wide Web at our disposal.
We're talking 1990, so it's 2 years after.
That's wild.
You know, it's 2 years after we've got the same movie again. It's the same movie, but it's in New York. Let's get into this, all right? I'm going to give you some facts. We're going to get into this. This is the Chris cast, by the way. So this is Christmas movies all the time for December. And look, if these get views, we'll just do it for the rest of the year.
We're not doing this for the rest of the year.
Technically, we are. So this has got 6.8 out of 10 on the IMDb. It's got 35% on the Rotten Tomatoes.
It's got what on Rotten Tomatoes?
35%, brother.
On IMDb?
6 point.
It's got 35% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm talking about it's got 35% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Your head's really just...
And it's just got facts about... I don't want facts about Home Alone. Oh, I don't want facts about Home Alone 1. I want facts about Home Alone 2.
Home Alone 2.
Give me some budgets. Give me some box offices.
Who coordinated the pigeons?
I mean,
who was head of pigeon choreography?
It made $359 million. And, you know, we'll find the budget at some point for you. We might put it in the description. Let me give you the synopsis and we'll get into this. Kevin accidentally boards a flight to New York City and gets separated from his family who are on their way to Miami, Florida. He then bumps into two of his old enemies who plan to rob a toy store. And we're here.
Do you think you're going to Miami and you go to New York?
Dude, if I pack for Miami, right, and I go to New York.
But they packed for Miami, but like they weren't even going to Miami for what they thought it was.
That's right. Miami was raining.
It was just rain. I can't keep saying that word like that.
Chris, listen, we might say it, we might not. So essentially, this movie is very much the same as Home Alone 1. It's the same premise.
It's the same premise, but the thing is, you got a good premise.
You don't change it.
And you just got a different background. That's fine. You know, I played Spider-Man PS4. And then you play Miles Morales. It's the same game.
I mean, like, you know, functionally, it's the same game.
It's the same game.
Functionally, it's the same game.
But, like, you enjoy both of them.
Okay.
Because you just want to swing around a New York City that looks slightly different.
That's right. And, you know, I'm a big fan of New York City. I'm a big fan of New York City in real life and also in movies.
Because you're walking here.
Exactly, man. It's a place to walk. You're connected to the streets, right? And especially during a Christmassy sort of period. You know, Chris, when it's Christmas time and you're walking through New York, that's where you want to be. You want to see the snow. You want to see people out. They're saying, hey, Merry Christmas. You got this Santa Claus over here. He's saying Merry Christmas. You go past the Seinfeld place. You go in there. You eat some food. You're right. Man, this place ain't as good as I thought it would be.
You're saying I'm feeling good all the time.
I'm feeling good all the time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. New York's a lovely space to spend it. So when I saw Home Alone 2, I thought, I'm excited. He's lost in New York. I'd love to be lost in New York right now. Let me watch it. And one thing that I do like about this movie is that they do show New York. I'm hearing people screaming.
People yelling at
It's Christmas time. It's the most wonderful time of the year. There's people yelling out the house.
I think I got Chris outside yelling.
Chris is outside yelling. I think this movie gave us enough of New York to, you know, to enjoy it because you get to see those things like Central Park.
You get the park. You get toy Duncan chest. You know,
you get like Duncan Hines. You get him. You get
the Empire State Building. He's on the Empire State Building.
On the Empire State Building.
The most unrealistic thing about that was there no one else there on the Empire State Building.
Well, the most unrealistic thing is he goes into a toy store. There's no one else in line. He's having a full conversation with the owner.
Everywhere. That was one thing in this movie. There were so many spaces where there was just no one. I mean, he does like, you know, effectively he makes a ruckus in an abandoned, a construction site in a building, and no one. I mean, maybe that's just New York. Maybe New York be like, someone might be dying there, but like that's not my business.
Well, you know, if you're walking there,
that's right.
Right, you're just walking your mind in your own.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that you got to do these days. Sometimes you just got to mind your business. If there's moiters going on, especially like to people, whether they be the wet or sticky bandits, you just got to leave that be.
And that's STICKY.
And look, if you got either one of those, like you might need to go see Doc. But we're going to get into this movie. So
I can't believe he's got 35%.
I'm going to tell you why. So Kevin McAllister goes to New York City, right?
You really not like this movie.
I'll tell you what parts I liked about it. The last 45 minutes of this movie. This movie, how long was this movie? This movie was long, man.
Oh, it was 2 hours. Yeah, true.
An hour and 53 minutes. 45 of those minutes were actually okay. And that was the back 45 as well.
I liked the first bit. I liked him getting lost. That was comedic for me.
Yeah, but brother, we've seen the whole start of the movie.
I don't care. Like I said, I'll watch the same man's have an origin story 15 times and I'll enjoy all 15 of them. As long as you don't put like 3 of the same Spider-Man in that movie and just say like, hey, it's that Spider-Man. All right, let's just continue.
That's what this movie is.
Nah.
It's like, hey, remember that time? Hey, no, but listen, I know it's 2 years ago. Like, you wouldn't have forgotten it. But remember that time Kevin, he's running in the airport, right? And his dad's wearing the same trench coat as that other guy? That's not his dad.
That's not what happened in the first movie.
That's what happens in the first movie.
Bro, he slept in.
Oh, yeah, that's what he did. No, they all slept in, didn't they? Oh, they left him at the house.
They left him at the house.
They left him at the house in the first movie.
So you just watched Home Alone 2 last year and you've got, bro, it's the same movie as the other one.
I think I might have watched Home Alone 2 again.
You might have watched 2 Home Alone 2.
I think I might have watched 2 Home Alone 2.
Instead of watching 2 Fast, 2 Furious, you watch like Home 2, Alone 2. Or 2 Home, 2 Alone.
See, this is what got me. And this could be like Berenstain Bears sort of thing, you know? This is Mandela effect. This was Mandela effect, so you can't judge me on that. Because like that could be real, it couldn't be, right? And you know about the Mandela effect.
Yeah, like the medulla oblongata.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So that's why I thought that. Okay. No, so that, you know, Home Alone gets a point back for that. Gets a point back.
And they went to New York again. He got lost in New York again. It's the same movie. Can you believe it? He went to the same toy store.
Okay, I agree with you now. I agree with you.
But it was set in Christmas, so it is similar.
I mean, that's fine. That is fine because they're going on Christmas holidays.
On Christmas holidays.
Where did they go in Home Alone 1?
I wouldn't have a clue.
Nah, man. Because I thought one man followed.
You thought they got lost at the airport.
All right, let's just get into, because like now I have nothing to stand on in regards to saying this movie's bad.
For real?
I have nothing to stand on. I have nothing to stand on.
Your whole argument was that it was effectively the same, but that was based on you just thinking that this movie was also this movie.
I mean, you watch a movie, you'll feel like you've watched it before.
I mean, I'm calling your parents. I'm saying like, don't let Chris stay home alone by himself, because he's not to be trusted.
Man, because here's the issue, right? When has this happened to me in the past? Like, this could have happened to me many a times.
What?
Like, I've watched a movie, I'm like, man, this movie's terrible.
I've seen this before.
Oh, man. You know, and that's the beauty of Christmas, though, Chris. You know, when we come into Christmas, there's miracles, there's things that make us, you know, I mean, you and I are two turtle doves, but there's things that make us joyful. And tis the season to be joyful. So I'm glad that we're having fun here. Okay. I like, you know, I can't.
You don't know where to go from here.
No, I know where to go, but everything that I'm going to bring up is like, messed up, you know?
You were writing the essay. The first paragraph was lining up all the following paragraphs, and you just realise you just have to scrap the whole first paragraph.
But the thing is, because I've done.
You've already done that. You've done the three. The three following ones they just got nothing.
I've got nothing, man.
You just got nothing.
But that's life, dude. And this is what Christmas is all about. It's about forgiveness, and that's what this movie's about. Tell me some good parts of this movie initially. For you. Prior to we'll get into the slapstick humor towards the end.
So, that is one thing. Like they do this well.
I mean, if there's a gold standard of slapstick, you go Three Stooges, you go Home Alone.
Oh, that's 100%.
You know.
And then you go Home Alone 2, and then you go Home Alone 2. So I like the initial scene of getting lost in the. I'll just let you take a moment.
I mean, that's okay. We'll get through it.
I mean, Chris will take a moment, but Chris on this end,
Chris,
we'll keep it going.
Go on, Chris.
We'll keep it going, even though I mostly rely on you to keep this podcast going. So the airport scene, that's fantastic because they're running and you're looking at that and you're going, man's lost.
He's lost.
Man's
not
lost.
even in New York.
He's not even lost in New York.
Yeah,
he's lost in New York. He bumps into the flight attendant. Drops the boarding passes, man just goes in. Also,
Do you understand? I thought it was step by step the same movie up until he got to New York. Do you have to understand that, Vincent? I'm not calling you Chris no more. I'm not calling you Chris no more. I'm not playing games here, man. You have to understand. I got to that point where he hit the flight attendant, all the tickets went everywhere. I'm like, these guys can't think of something new. I wasn't intoxicated, nothing. I watched this movie completely in a state in which I could understand that there were two different movies. It got to that point I said, it's the same movie. It's the same movie.
I mean, and evidently it's not the same movie.
No. And then he goes and talks to a Frenchman for a couple minutes.
He talks to a Frenchman.
But let's get back into it. Sorry, I'll cut you off.
I mean, then he's doing what's his name? Kevin McAllister things in New York. He's calling up, hey, it's actually the father, but he's slowing it down. Hey, it's the father. I'd like to book a room, the biggest bed you can get.
At that point, this is how they make a movie, right? But at that point, you're a child. You're lost in New York. You go to the Plaza Hotel, right? Because you heard it on this show that you like. You go there. You're terrified. Because you're lost in New York.
But Kevin McAllister, he's not terrified.
How did he get to like central New York?
He took a taxi.
He did?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got his dad's bag. He's got money.
He does have money.
Because realistically, if he didn't have any money,
that's it for him.
That's it for him. Like they're not finding the kid.
I mean, no, he just stays at the airport. He says, "I ain't got no money." He's like Timberland. He ain't got no visa. He's not got any Red American Express. Like, he can't even buy.
Is that the highest tier of American Express? Is that why?
I mean, if Timberland's talking about it, it's probably the highest tier of American Express.
Because I don't use American Express. Like, I'm strictly debit cards,
Yeah, yeah. Because that keeps you like off the grid enough, But anyway, he makes his way into New York. He goes into the Plaza Hotel, and the staff there are, we've got Tim Curry. We've got Tim Curry's very own. We've got Rob Schneider's very own. And we've got
the finest idiots in New York's very own.
We've got the finest idiots in New York's very own. What is it about this movie and all the maybe it happens in the first one, where just everyone is villainous in some way?
Yeah.
Like instead of being like, hey, this child who's got this man's credit card, even if it's stolen, this child needs some support. They're not saying that. He
needs to go to prison.
He needs to go to prison.
Tim Curry's going, this kid, I've caught him in the act. I've caught him in the act. Let's get the handcuffs out. Let's send him off to the clink.
Literally, let's get everyone to come and attack this child. Attack this child. They had police ready to jump at this kid.
They didn't have the police, did they?
I don't know if they did. And that might have been the first movie. Because I don't know what's going on. It's the most wonderful time of the year, though.
You going right, you going left.
But yeah, they go right at him from the gate, and I appreciate that Kevin McAllister
when they find out his card's stolen. But previous to that, they're still you creeping in someone's hotel room.
Yeah,
if you're Tim Curry,
no,
you're at the Plaza Hotel, the finest hotel in New York, or whatever they said in the advertisement. You can hear there's a man in the shower because he's playing the audio, which that's a hilarious scene. But why do you go into the shower? If you're Tim Curry's very own.
I mean, you want to see a piece. You want to see a piece. You know, and it's the most wonderful time of the year, so you can put that on a tree.
And it even needed him to get to see a piece because it was just like a blow up a clown.
Yeah. And, you know, it's you know, and I'm not going to say it, man. I'm genuinely not going to say it. Because I thought it was the same movie. I reckon I've seen Home Alone 2 before, most definitely.
Yeah.
But I reckon I've seen Home Alone 2 before, and I thought that this movie that we reviewed today was the same movie. And it's because it is. It's because it is, Vincent. Because I'm done with Chris. Like, Chris is gone. Like, that's how serious this is getting.
Dude.
So, I will say the first portion of this movie, I don't rate it in any high regard. I haven't got anything to stand on, but I don't rate it in any high regard because it's boring.
See, I like it because he's just a kid in New York, and you're thinking, man, if I was a kid and I was in New York, like, look at this is wild. This is the playground. Look how big this playground is.
Yeah, but what does he do?
He gets room service. I wouldn't be ordering ice cream for. I'd just be like,
he gets room service.
Can I please have 6 boxes of Wheat Bix and like Fluoro Peninsula full cream milk?
Yeah,
I want the milk that's got the
bits in it,
the cream in it. Like, I want the fullest cream.
Yeah,
because you say full cream, that's like 80% full cream. I want 100%
you
full
want it.
cream.
You want it just straight cream.
I just want cream.
Yeah, and it rules everything around you.
But then he goes to the toy store.
Yeah, he goes to the toy store. But what's he doing? He goes to the toy store. He talks to Turtle Dove Man for about 15 minutes.
Yeah. It's to set up the end of the movie.
Yeah, but, you know, he could be doing, you know, what's that movie with the lady that's a paedophile?
Big.
Well, technically.
Oh, and the other one with the lady that's a pedophile. Not Money Talks.
Blank Check.
Blank Check.
You know, at least in Blank Check, at least in Big, they're out there, they're in the store, they're playing
buying
games.
property. They're buying property.
They're buying property, they're jumping around in things. He goes into the store, he's like, wow, hey, I'm paying for my things now. Hey, I'm here.
Bro, this was an hour and 53 minutes of very own. He didn't have time to mess around playing games.
This 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
He had all the time in the world to mess around and play games.
It didn't. Because otherwise it would have been 2 hours and 50 minutes.
No. You take out all the dead air of him just like being like, hey, I'm in New York, I guess. I wonder what my mom's doing. And then you just put him in the toy store and he's like...
Nah, you're just still mad because you saw the same movie.
I'm telling you, man, that did throw me through a loop, but I'm back.
You came to the studio thinking, like, I saw this movie twice before I came.
And I've had 3 breakfasts today, so like I'm on another one. I'm locked in though now.
You're locked in. So let's talk about the end of this movie. The wet bandits, the sticky bandits, whatever.
Well, before we get into that, I just want to say from a character perspective, if it wasn't for the wet bandits in this movie, ain't nothing for anyone in this movie.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea of the movie.
Exactly. But I got an hour and 10 minutes of Kellen McAllister.
You had the wet bandits intermixed in there. You know, you smell that, Marv? It's freedom. Fish. Smells like fish.
Look,
because they're in the fish truck.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
But you know, I want to see wet bandits doing wet bandit things, not wet bandits talking about like I'm doing humor outside of slapstick. You get what I'm saying though? You know, at least the mum, like she would scream and pass out and she'd fall backwards. See,
I enjoy all that stuff. I enjoy all that stuff because I see him in New York. I'm just like, he's walking here.
He's walking there, but what's he doing? I didn't even see him get a pretzel hot dog, nothing. You know? He's just walking in New York. And I mean, you'll do that. It's the concrete jungle. You walk through it. But that's all he's doing. That's all he's doing. He's not even doing kid things. He does one bomb in the pool and his pants fall off.
That was kind of funny though. Not the pants falling off, as in he does. Hey, any guys mind if I practice my cannonballs? Did 2 like oil tycoons in the thing. Like, yeah, all right.
I will say though, when this movie started off, like that Christmas concert,
yeah,
I laughed audibly. Like it was like audible.com when everyone was falling down and that tree fell on the piano teacher's head.
I mean, if we're talking body count for this movie,
it's body count, man.
3 heads have died. 3 heads have died. Well, that lady's dead.
Yeah.
That lady's dead, and the wet bandits, the sticky bandits, they dead.
I mean, Kevin McAllister could be dead as well after he hit his damn head on concrete.
Did he hit his head? He had his backpack on. He might not have hit
wasn't he doing like spinnings? He was spinning, brother.
Nah, he's all right.
He was spinning, brother.
But you know, one of the dudes get hit with a brick like 4 times.
You know, there's one point where he gets hit with a brick and the cut arrives on his head before the brick hits him. And that's just issues with continuity, and that's fine. And I'm not gonna judge a movie on that. I'm just gonna judge a movie on if I've seen it before. I was gonna give this movie a 3. Legally I can't do that now.
No, you can't.
I can't do that.
It's like
now.
an 8 out of 10.
It's not an 8 out of 10.
It's an 8 out of 10.
It can't be an 8 out of 10.
It's a fantastic movie.
Dude, 45 minutes of it, yes, is an 8 out of 10.
The start of the movie is good. See, this is the thing. You're skewed now. You're tilted, bro.
My view is askew, you know? And that's a production company. But so, and this is an issue. I might have to just say NA for this. Like
NA,
if we go through the back catalog law, like this is gonna be the one that I can't put a rating on.
You can't rate because you're not technically rating this movie.
Man. Because now I got to, because I can't. I'm in.
Why don't you rate?
I'm in the moment. We're 21 minutes in.
Why don't you rate the movie that you thought this was?
That's a 3. I'll tell you right now.
No, you're rating it a 3 because you thought it was the same as the. I'm saying you rate this movie as if it was the movie that you thought that this one was sequeling.
Now you've lost me because you're saying I'm thinking something and I'm not thinking what you're thinking. But you're putting something down, I can't pick it up.
But you're also not thinking.
Well, I wasn't.
No,
because I thought this was the same movie as the first one.
So you thought this is Home Alone 2. You thought that this was the same as Home Alone 1, effectively.
I don't think I rated Home Alone 1 very highly either.
I'm just saying you now got to rate Home Alone 1 for this movie. Because you thought that movie was this movie.
I'll rate them both, man, but I can't legally rate it 3. Because that's my issues, you know? I came into this wrong. I came into it wrong. You know, if I go to the best steak restaurant in town, I eat McDonald's before I go. I eat like a whole, family meal deal. I might not enjoy that steak. That's on me, not on the steak restaurant. You know, and that could be what happened here. But I'm going to rate it on the fact that an hour of this movie, Nathan happened. Nathan.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, tell me how.
You got the man's coming into the thing, the hotel room twice.
Okay.
You know, you were smooching with my brother. and little Bob and Jimmy and Cliff and like the dude's Cliff and then look at the God.
That is genuinely hilarious.
Because you listen to that and you know based on the first one or the second one that you watched twice.
I watched it twice.
You know that he's going to record this or he's going to have this TV playing and it's going to somehow be mixed in with the real life events.
Yeah.
And you're hearing them going, "Oh, you were smooching my brother." You're going, "You can't use that. You can't use that. There's no way you can use that. It's just unusable. You can't even fix that in post."
Yeah.
And you hear it, and then you hear Cliff, and you got Cliff name tag Cliff, and he's looking around like, "It wasn't me. Don't tell Martha."
I'll give you that Cliff bit, man. I'll give you that Cliff bit, dude.
How 45 minutes of this movie is good, the rest of it's garbage, bro.
Well, yeah, it's still probably 45 minutes. The Wet Bandits isn't a whole 45 minutes.
Wet Bandits was a while.
That's like 30 minutes, tops, Wet Bandit. You know what I mean? So you put 30 minutes of Wet Bandit, you put Cliff, that's what, 2 minutes? You're up to 32 minutes of good movie.
No.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying,
bro.
You're that's all I'm saying.
You're 100% tilted.
All right, give me 2 more scenes, and then we're going to get into the Wet Bandits. Give me 2 more scenes that are good.
All right, it's down.
I need 2 more scenes that are good, because you're bringing me back into what could be reality.
All right, 2 more scenes that could be good.
Yeah.
See, my memory just not good, so I don't remember much, to be honest. All
right, we'll just get into the Wet Bandits.
Just get into the Wet
Bandits. You remember that. So
I remember that.
The Wet Bandit showdown. One of the issues that I initially had with it, okay, because this is actually linked to the first one. How good would it have been if the Wet Bandit thing, like the final battle with the Wet Bandits, was actually in the hotel, and they were doing hotel things, but they're also doing Wet Bandit things. Now I know you can't do as much destruction, you can't do as much planning in a hotel, but you
can't
can
get the blueprints.
But in this one, you can.
Why?
Because it's a movie. You know what I mean? He's lost in New York. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah,
apparently,
he can't get the blueprints of the hotel.
I'm sure he could muster up Tim Curry, be like, "Hey, you're sleeping with Cliff. Now you're going to give me some blueprints." Because I got fingerprints on Cliff. I got fingerprints of yours on Cliff. Now I need the blueprints. Yeah, but imagine if it's in the hotel. That's kid things. You're a kid. You're in a hotel. You're like, man, imagine if there was robbers in
then
here.
it's just the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Before that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was out in the 2000s.
Yeah, that's right. So they couldn't do that because they already had that cooking.
But it is both Disney, so they could have had that cooking.
Exactly. Exactly.
But other than that, you go into Home Alone, you're wanting to see what's happening with the Wet Bandits, right? You're wanting to see the slapstick humor.
And they died damn near 6-7 times. Because number one, you throw bricks, like one brick will kill a man from that.
100%.
Also, that's an arm on him.
Dude,
Like, sign him up.
Direct.
Sign him up to the NFL, the whatever things that I don't know what other sports do throwing.
I mean.
But NFL's a good one.
Yeah.
I can just say that.
Shot put.
But there was like 4 bricks.
And they all directly hit him in the head.
I know.
The best part is like when he's about to throw the last brick and Joe Pesci's looking down at Marv, he ain't got no more bricks, brother. Don't worry. Like, there ain't no more bricks at the house. And Marv's like, just because he's been hit in the head so many times, he's like, he's just talking gibberish. You get that. These two guys, they locked in. They said, these are the characters we want to put on screen. They said, hey, listen, hold my poodle. This is how this character is going to look. And they just took the world by storm. 2 years they had the game on lock. 2 years. You know what I mean?
Were they in Home Alone 3?
I don't think Kevin McAllister was.
No,
in
I
Home
know.
Alone 3.
I know Kevin's in there.
Let's have a look.
That's right. Let's not.
Let's not.
It's neither here nor there.
Redirect ourselves too much.
No, because we might think we're doing Home Alone 3 and we'll rate it like we watched Home Alone 3. Lost in Miami.
Also, I was about to say, I thought Scarlett Johansson was in this movie.
What?
Yeah, she in Home Alone 3 now. I've realised. So I'm mixing it up.
Dude, you're all turned around.
I'm going ones, I'm going threes, and I didn't even think about 2. I'm all 6s and 7s at this point.
The odd numbers only.
Well, we're odd numbers only. So the Wet Bandits. Let's give our top 3 like Wet Bandit things that happened to him. Right?
When he turned into Jack Skellington.
Oh,
That's another death there. That's another KO.
when Marv is getting electrocuted.
Yep.
I mean,
Or when he gets nail guns to the Franken beans
and to the rear end.
and to the rear end
Dude,
and to the nose.
Let's just not go past that that electricity thing, because the way that Marv screams when he turns into the skeleton, dude, you can't not laugh at that. Like, you could give this movie a 10 based on like Marv screaming, dude. I mean,
They are the best part of this movie. I won't.
that portion in that house is the best part of the
Oh
movie.
yeah, 100%.
Right?
100%. Also, when they get straight out of the fish thing, and he's got the hand, and he's
Sticky hand.
he's picking up pennies.
I do like when he's just picking up people's hats. Like, he's just grabbing people's hats off their head.
That was another thing. Like, throughout the whole movie, he's just grabbing different clothing items. Hey, yeah, dude, I got mittens, I got a beanie, I got earmuffs.
Because he wants to put himself as the Sticky Bandit.
Sticky Banner, and he's doing a good job. It's also hilarious that not one person.
Like, says, hey, I'm walking here, and comes back and tries to get their
this
hat.
is New York.
Yeah.
This is New York. People are walking here.
That's exactly right. Dude, the other hilarious slapstick part for me was when Joe Pesci walks into that room. He's touching all the lights because he's thinking one of these is going to burn my head.
I mean, that's like death number 4.
I mean, his head.
Well. But dude, that's too funny.
Dude, when his beanie's on fire, he's just looking around like nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Dude, that's too funny. And I mean, you get a guy like Joe Pesci, like a serious, like almost terrifying actor in a movie, right? Because you got him in all sorts of movies, all sorts of mob movies, and then he's in here doing that. I mean, and then he puts his head in the toilet and it explodes. So he's dead. He's died again. I mean, what a movie, man. What a movie. And I could rate this highly just based on these parts.
No, it's a 3 out of 10 for me.
Because I could come back and watch this part of the movie again.
Yeah,
just
this is
part.
great.
Yeah. I'm sure you can go on YouTube, like Home Alone 2, Wet Bandits, final scenes. Bang, you've got it. I'm going to tell you one thing that is heinous. Heinous. And I don't use that word often, so just know that I'm serious. Just know that I'm serious.
I mean, you could be serious, but you could also be serious about the wrong movie at this point. So,
I'm talking about avian flu right now. I'm talking about avian
yeah,
flu.
you and pigeons don't mix.
As soon as, because they're titular, you have to have you're home alone, and you have to have an old person that looks after you.
Yeah,
like was in the first one.
At the start.
That's scary at the start, but then you become friends.
Yeah,
but this one, she's Irish. She's Irish. She seems like a sweet old lady, you know, and she doesn't even look that old. She looks like maybe she's like 40, right? But she's Irish, right? And she's got pigeons out the wazoo, and I'm talking about out the wazoo. Why does no one? Why I'm not going to do the accent, but why does no one hang out with me? Because you got pigeons all over your body. You got dirty.
But regardless of
city
avian
pigeons.
flu, pigeons carry disease.
City pigeons. You guys in the country, you might see a pigeon out. I don't think you would see a pigeon out there. But if you went out there, at least it'd be clean. This is city. This goes into the dumps.
These pigeons are walking here.
Dude, that's the thing. They're walking on the New York City streets,
Yeah,
right?
I wouldn't be touching
Then they're
my
on your
pigeons.
shoulder. Then they're on your shoulder, and you're just like, yeah, this is fine. Oh man, I'd rather be my head burnt than have all them pigeons on me like what happened to the wet bandits at the end.
Yeah, that's a bad way to go.
That's a bad way to go. Via pigeon?
It's not even carrier pigeon either.
I mean, it's carrying something. We said disease, so they're all carrying pigeons.
So you're a carrier pigeon or you're a carrier pigeon.
That's right. But yeah, you know, was there any other slapstick bits that you enjoyed in this movie?
Marv, wait, he's gonna throw it. Oh, we're coming up. That's one. Oh no, you hit me. I'm coming up now. That's two. That's all he's got. Gets like I don't even know what that thing is. It's just like
Some
a
sort
pipe.
of pillar. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
Yeah,
But
it looked like they were replacing the storm drains.
the best part about that is they've been beaten. They've been absolutely just smashed by so many things at that point. And they're sitting there laughing, they're dapping each other up as if nothing's happened, right? That is so funny.
Dude, they're 2 points up. You know, three seconds on the clock.
And they didn't expect the buzzer beater. They didn't expect
We're
it.
talking like Steph Curry, bang, bang.
Bang, dude.
Because they get hit with the pipe, and then it rolls down the stairs, then the pipe lands on them. Mike Breen's there.
And you know what? For this wet bandit portion, you could give this, I said it, you could give this a 10, and this really bumps this movie up. It really does bump this movie up. So I'm interested to see how I'll rate this. Now I know it's a different movie.
As in, you're interested to know when you rate it in like 35 seconds.
In 35 seconds. So let's get into the ratings here. Unless there's any other specific
I don't think
scenes
there's
you want to
any.
talk about.
I like the ending. You know, he goes to the Christmas tree. The mum goes to the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
The conversation with the police officer was just like that's neither here nor there.
And she's bad as well. Like, she's a bad mum. You know what I mean?
Because she left her kid home.
She left her kid home alone in the first one.
Yeah.
Because it's a different movie now.
No,
and then
she left her at the airport in the first.
She left. No more games, man. There's no more games.
No
here.
more games.
But like, you know, and I appreciate, like, I started to well up when they both saw each other, but then I realized, like, she's bad. Like, she is bad. You know what I mean? Like, she is a bad mum. Like, you look at that person, you say, you are bad.
Well, okay, I wouldn't consider her good, but I wouldn't be going up to her. You are bad.
And I mean, this day and age, you say that, like, yeah, there's signals that are crossing.
Yeah,
but let's get into the race.
Because at the end of the day, you know, you might do some poor things, but like one good deed erases the bad one.
Especially on Christmas Eve.
I also did like, you know, where do all these toys come from? It's like Mr. Duncan. These families don't need 45 toys each.
They went to Miami and then they went to New York with 17 people. They don't need that money.
No.
You know, and that's the thing. You go to Miami, right? You're in Miami for Christmas and it's raining. That's not a time. That's not a good time for you. That looks like torrential rain. They're in some like dingy.
Bro, that was Crawl. That was the starting of Crawl, a movie that we did in Crocvember that we shouldn't have because it was Alligator-vember.
But that's last month. We're on to this month. Let's give this a rating because it's the most wonderful time of the year. And we might bump things up a couple points because it's the most wonderful time of the year.
All right, what are you going to rate it? Because this is the moment that I've been waiting for to see what you're going to rate it. Because you just you know, maybe 55 seconds ago you told me you don't know you're going to rate it, so I'm interested to see.
So initially, I would have given this movie a 3. I would have given this movie a 3. You know, especially given all the similarities between the first and this one. You know, the dad's got the suit on.
He's got the suit on. He gets lost in the airport. He's trying to, you know, he can't put the batteries.
I just, and I mean, I look back at that and I think to myself, like, if you had a time turn and you only had one use of it, it would be now.
Oh, 100%. 100%. This is the optimal time to use it.
Like, this is it, because like this is embarrassing for everyone involved. But I'm going to give this movie. I gave it a 3 initially. I'm going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5.
That pains me a bit. I'm going to be
give it a
honest,
5.
because this is like an 8 and 8.5 for me.
I'm talking about a 5, and it's all that Wet Bandit stuff.
Nah, you've been messed up, man. You're tilted. Nah, that's it. All right, wrap it up.
This could have been Home Alone 1, but I think it was Home Alone 2.
Talk soon.